Yeah, I smelled it on you. What are you doing on this side of town?
Well, damn, you acting like you know already. What's wrong with you?
Nothing at all. Just here visiting Benny.
Oh, Benny stays on this side of town? Where does he live? Not in these buildings.
Yes, in these buildings. Who do you know that lives over here, Lisa?
You sure are asking a lot of questions.
Not really.
What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in to A Connection TV, the one place on the World Wide Web where we adopt similar connections despite our differences. I am Wesley, and thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time seeing me, definitely follow me on Instagram and Twitter at A Connection TV. And I do a lot of other things, but check all that out below in the info box. I wanted to touch upon Eboni K. Williams. I never knew who Eboni K. Williams was until this whole video went viral with her and Iyanla Vanzant, where Iyanla asks her, would she date a bus driver? And her response was, does she own the bus? Does he own the bus, or does he own the company? Something to that effect, right? And it sparked this huge pouring outrage of people and their opinions about relationships and how, you know, Black women are forced to settle or even ask that question. They never ask a white woman that question, and how men should provide and how women should be able to ask for whatever they want and all of that stuff, right? It's a lot of stuff. And at the end of the day, none of what anybody says matters. Because if Eboni K. Williams wants to date someone who owns the company, or would only date that bus person if they own the company or own the bus or whatever, she has that right, right? Because she has that right. She can be with whoever she want to be with. She can have you and whoever you are out there can have whatever guideline or stipulation or standard, whatever, attached to you and how you want to deal with your relationships. Why? Because you're you ultimately dealing with this other person. So why not have a set of standards? That's great. My only thing with it is, because I spoke to a friend of mine and she was like, well, I don't really see what the problem is with Eboni, because why the hell would she want to deal with somebody that has a lower income than her, because she's going to have to deal with this, she's going to have to deal with that. I mean, men want us to cook, clean, look pretty. My hair costs this, my nails cost this. You know, men want us to give good head, all this stuff. I got to be home watching the kids. Men don't never really want to do any of that other stuff. So why is it that I'm made to feel like I can't account for everything that I do inside a relationship, plus work, plus want to have free time for myself? I'm sitting here watching kids. Babysitting fees are extreme. I'm sitting here grooming myself. Grooming fees are extreme. I'm sitting here cleaning up the house. You hire a maid, that's an expense. That's extreme. I'm sitting up here soaking all of these extraordinary costs in order to be in a relationship where the woman is naturally the one that lives in the house or whatever and takes care of the kids. And the man doesn't have to worry about all those costs, because all he doing is working a job, and he doesn't cook, he doesn't clean, he doesn't watch the kids. If the burden is always on the woman. So you dang right I want to deal with somebody that got some money, because if I'm going to be doing all these extraordinary jobs, I need to be in a position to make sure at least I'm secure financially, or that I'm getting what I want at the back end. And I'm like, I thought we was in a new era. Like, that's what I'm thinking. I thought women, because I ain't got these problems. Well, no, honestly, it happens in a male-on-male relationship. If the dude is the bottom and the guy is the top, for whatever reason, gays have to attach themselves to that heteronormative kind of concept of how dates should work. So whatever. But I feel like women shouldn't have to subject themselves to all of those house functions and taking care of the kids and stuff like that, and be okay with being with a man that doesn't want to help you with that. And so because men typically don't help with that, then that means that they got to compensate for that financially. Why the hell are you getting with men that won't be equally yoked to all of the duties? If you are that type of woman that loves to be independent, wants to go to work, wants to go out once upon a time, or whatever the case may be, get your life, why are you entering into a relationship where you feel restricted and limited to house functions, right? That doesn't have anything to do with money at that particular moment. You could find a man that makes 50K, 80K, 100K, 200,000K, right? At least I'm thinking. I know these men exist. I know some of them. And where the men is willing to share in their responsibilities because you don't, and I'm speaking to the women that don't want to be a housewife or aren't considering being a housewife in the stereotypical form that the world has, made that to be, right? I'm speaking to those women. I'm not speaking, if you want to stay at home, be cute, take care of the kids and all that, and you want your man to have money because when he come home, you want him to buy you that Birkin and that's all you want to be concerned with. Again, that's a set of standards that you want to make and have for yourself and your partner. That's fine. I can understand if you don't want to be with a broke dude that can't provide, because if you're doing all the extra caveman woman stuff at the house, you want to feel secure. If your man is not working and all he does is drive the bus, can he take care of the lifestyle? Can he take care of the kids? If you at home doing all this other stuff, y'all still scraping pennies, I understand if you don't want to be in that position, if you've positioned yourself to be that housewife. But if you are an independent woman out there always proclaiming, independence and wanting to burn your bra, and, you want to be equally yoked with a man, find you a man you can be equally yoked with. I don't understand why that's problematic, right? All because there's a shortage of men. Men are either slime balls or gay. And so the ones that are left are already taken, and there's not a lot to choose from. I just think people in general, not speaking specifically to women, people in general just have their human pool small. It's very shallow. You deal with a lot of people that are born and raised in the same state and don't go no damn where, don't move nowhere else. So you grew up in the state you living in, right? All you know is the Rickies, the Mikeys, the Johnnies, and the Carltons. That's all you know. You don't know nobody else because you haven't moved. You haven't been around. Your schedule doesn't change. You grew up in the same neighborhood, still living in the same neighborhood. That's a you problem. There are men out there and women out there that want what you want and that want somebody to want what they want. They're out there. Just got to move around a little bit. Get out your neighborhood. Do something different. Change your schedule in life. You know what I'm saying? To find that person that fits your mold, right? Going back to the original topic, I don't think what Eboni K. Williams wants is a problem. She ain't talking to me. She ain't wanting me to begin with. Let her want whoever she wants, right? Problem for me, though, is when people proclaim that they want all of this and, you got to have, and you just can't be, to get with me, this is a lot. I got to be managed, all that. And then she's a cashier at a retail store. But she want the dude or whoever her spouse is to be making more than $80K a year. You don't make that at where you work. Why I got to make that at where I work? And why is that your standard when you ain't your own standard? That's the problem that I have for a lot of people, not just the women, because I know some men that feel the same way too. That's the problem I have. You ain't even the standard that you creating for other people, yet you want other people to meet that standard. Makes no sense to me. You ain't even educated, but you want an educated person. Makes no sense to me. You don't even work out, but you want somebody that work out and you got rolls under your ears. Makes no sense to me. You don't even have a car. You take the bus, but the person that you in a relationship with gotta have their own car. Why? So they can drive you around. Make no sense to me. You don't want to deal with somebody that got kids, but you got kids. Makes no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? That is where I have a problem with people and they're over specifying of what they require. They require certain things, but they don't give out what they require. Makes no sense to me. I'm of the firm belief that I will never, ever, 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 ever date someone that is not equally yoked to me, whether it's financially or in the realm of getting there. You could be in the realm of getting there, but you damn for sure definitely got to be independent enough to take care of yourself, right? And some people might hear that and be like, damn, you setting your bar low. I'm really not, because I know that there are some people that are well off, make over hundreds of thousands of dollars a year or whatever, and their spirit and soul sucks. Their personality is trash. They're mean-spirited. They don't give a damn about anybody in life but themselves. I don't want to be with that type of person just because they got the wealth. Not at all. I want to be with somebody that I'm like-minded in, equally yoked, mentally, spiritually, and financially. If I'm making $100,000 a year, I don't want to be with somebody making $25,000. I don't. Because if I meet them, and this is where I preface that, if I meet them and they're content with making $25,000 a year, we don't have anything in common. We don't. Now, if they have this amazing business plan and they're looking to run their own business, okay, they don't want to be a worker for too long, and they've decided that they're going to take this little odd and end job just so they can do what it is that they're doing for their passion, and then they're going to get this whatever loan or whatever and shoot for the stars with their business, we can talk about something because we have commonality within our mind, right? Kind of makes sense to go in that direction. I see where you're heading. Let's see if we connect, on a personal level. Let's see if we can connect in other facets and other ways. Maybe in my weaknesses, you could be my strength. Maybe in your weaknesses, I can be your strength. But there's a reason for you existing, right? You're not settled into that $25,000 because let's be clear, rates and everything in life goes up yearly. So that $25,000 ain't holding you for nothing. That $25,000 in today's world, you living with multiple people. What? You living with multiple people and only giving a significant portion toward the bills and rent. You want to live with me? Huh? And you're not going to be able to contribute because you got that $25,000? If I'm paying $3,000 in living expenses and all you can afford to help with is $50, we ain't got nothing to talk about. We ain't got nothing to talk about because you can't help me where I need help. And I can do bad all by myself. What is it's important to understand the value that someone brings to your life, right? I think one thing that we get misconstrued or just don't understand at all or think about at all is the fact that any one human being entering into your world needs to enhance your world significantly or at least a little bit. If they're just entering your world and filling up space, what is the point of that person being there? And this is coming from the mind of someone above 35, right? I'm not talking to the 20 peoples. I'm not talking to the under 35 peoples because even some of y'all 37, 38 still got a lot of work to do, right? I'm speaking to the people that understand that concept. Self-value is important, okay? Self-worth is important. Also, evolution, because the world around us is always raising rates, always improving, always changing, always evolving. Baby, I got to be somebody with somebody that I can evolve with. Teach me some things. Show me some things. Don't let me just be your teacher. What? Don't allow somebody to come in your world if they create a stagnant situation for the both of you. What are we talking about here? What's the point? What's the point in that? There is no point. Baby, we can masturbate all day long. Self-gratification is amazing, probably the best that I've ever had every time I deal with myself. So what is a person being there for? Oh, he cooks. Okay, well, I can go get my food. I've been getting my food since before I met you. What's the reason? Oh, he makes me feel special. Really? But are you struggling in everywhere else? Every other place you're struggling, but you're with this person because they make you feel special? Again, Iyanla Vanzant had a purpose in asking her that, right? Because I feel like a lot of women, I think she wasn't necessarily speaking to Eboni K. Williams, but she was speaking to women that have the mindset of Eboni K. Williams, and they aren't worth $3 million. Eboni K. Williams' net worth is reportedly online worth $3 million. She needs to be with somebody that at least can be about that. If not that, more. Why would she want to be with somebody that is $50,000? What? That's a different tax bracket. That ain't helping her. Why be with him? He ain't helping her one bit. Even somebody in 100,000 range. In today's world, where the prices go up all the time. What? No. If I'm worth $3 million, I don't want to be with somebody in an apartment. What? Now, if it's an apartment where, it's lovely, it's a penthouse, and they just want to spend that money just to spend that money, and they don't believe in mortgage and blah, 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 and blah, 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 one of those kind of dudes that got the money, or people that got the money, that's fine. Because if he's spending $4,000 or $5,000 in a nice-ass apartment, that means he got some change, and he don't need my $3 million. Okay. But what else is he doing outside of that? Because, people could be living beyond their means. They could be spending all their money on rent and can't go out to eat. They could be spending all their money on rent and then don't know what to do with their telephone bill. Okay, can I get a witness? So all of that factors, all of that matters, and Eboni K. Williams is in her right to want what she wants, because anybody entering in your life needs to add value to your life. I need to go from here to here if you're dealing with me, and because I'm dealing with you, and vice versa. I know I'm going to elevate some shit, and your shit is going to go here, right? And again, for the slow people in the back, that's not even talking about money. That's talking about experience. That's talking about growth. That's talking about learning. That's talking about teaching. That's talking about traveling. That's talking about, experiencing life in a new way, viewing the world in a new way. You can add value into someone's life by contributing in that factor, right? But when two people come together, if one's the only one that's able financially outside of the apartment or outside of the house, that's already a problem. And I'm no longer going to subject myself to that. Neither should Eboni K. Williams. Bitch, let me be worth $3 million and then I try to connect with somebody that I met at the club just because they fine and they nice to me. And they work at somewhere that ain't getting them more than 50K. And I'm 3 million? What? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. And I'm here for Eboni K. Williams. Y'all, I need y'all to drop your comments below, baby. Even for the slow people in the back that really didn't hear anything I said, drop them comments below, because I know damn well y'all must be crazy as hell if y'all worth some money y'all getting with somebody that ain't. I know damn well if y'all crazy as hell if you got something to lose and you get with somebody that don't. What? Y'all better be equally yoked in all facets of life to get with somebody in today's climate. Stop playing. Leave them comments below. Love y'all.